the replacement lights in the front, the accent lights. And I've already started on this driver's side. I'm going to probably show you what I did more on the passenger side, but it's pretty straightforward. Unclip that little clip. Okay, there's a bolt here. I took these two bolts out too on the side just to give me a little bit of movement. So bolt here. Took these two bolts out of your sensor, or your GPS antenna, I guess is what it is. Flipped it out of the way. If you've got any wires coming through, here, this channel, right here you're okay, but right there you might want to take those out. I took the air filter out for the heater, air conditioner. Like I say, it might not apply to your machine, but bolt there. These bolts don't need to go anywhere. Bolt there, 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 there. They're all over the place. Anyway, just keep pulling bolts out till it moves. Then the tricky part. So, a little bit tricky. Well, look who showed up. There's Shop Dog Angus. Hi Angus, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Yes, he has a hair lip, but we couldn't afford a regular one. Oh, stand by. All right, we're back. So anyway, I took all those off. There's some hooks under the front here that are, I don't know, they go way under. There's two of them. So what I ended up doing is get this up where you can see, pulling this kind of up, pulling everything up from the back, getting it up like that, and then pull it right out. So that just gives us a lot of room to work in. Okay, oh, hey, look at that, that's my flashlight. Good thing I pulled it back off. Next thing I did, and I will show you on this other side, but the headlight assembly, which is just hanging down there, I took it clear out, bolt there, bolt there, and the headlight assembly just dropped out. I didn't even unplug it. I'm just hanging it there. Oh, there's a little knobby thing that goes in here, so you kind of got to lift it out. So I've got the new accent light in this side already. Got it bolted in. So once you do that, you can take this bolt out. You can take, oh, there's one right under that. Wait a minute. Yes, there's one right under there, under that stem. And then there's one right back in there. Kind of hard to see. Those are 8mm socket. We'll go to the other side and I'll show you. The other side's going to be a little worse because we've got a bottle in the way. So I've already taken the bolts out of this. There's one there, and then one there. There's one underneath. I think you can probably see it on the tab sticking down. All Torx. And I'm not really taking that out. I'm just going to loosen it up so I can, you know, move it around. I mean, if I absolutely had to take it out, I could, but, you know, if we don't have to, let's don't. I don't want antifreeze everywhere. So, you know, I take a strap or a zip tie or something, hold that thing out of the way. We'll see how it goes here, but it looks like that bolt's going to be easy. This one's not going to be so easy, but it looks doable. The others look doable. This right here, just in case you guys are wondering, if you've got the, oh, sorry. If you have got, let's see, where's the, okay, one second. Right between here, right under this little ball, there's a plug. Now, if you've got the accent lights, you know, in the, Lone Star, the higher models, Lone Star, what's the other ones? Can't think of them right offhand. XMR, I believe, is one of them. So they'll be plugged into the accent light, just like that was. But interesting, if you've got an XT without these accent lights, I think it's just the XT models, then this plug is kind of stuck in that little dummy hole. But it's there. That's all we care. Keeps it from flopping around. I mean, that's okay. Some engineer was bored, I guess. But yeah, it works out good. So what you're going to do on the XTs, this is something I haven't done yet. I'm waiting for a guy that's doing his machine. So what's going to happen on the XTs, it looks like, but this all needs to be cut out on the XTs. And it doesn't look, I don't think it's going to be too bad, but I just don't know what it's going to look like when it's done. And I hope he comes up with a good way to do it. But it almost looks like on that XT, there's kind of a little void, not a void, but a flat spot between here and then where the kind of the fake, we'll just call it the fake. There's not an insert. I wish they'd have just cut it out, put a piece in there and insert, but they didn't, of course. Anyway, I think you can go to the outside of that. Take a look, measure, make sure before you take my word for it, but you know, from what I'm seeing, that's what it looks like. A lot of people with XTs are wanting these lights because I guess it's cheaper than buying a, you know, very expensive machine to get those cool looking lights. Plus, if you're going street legal, you can put those in. Had a lot of people asking. I think I've sold a pair, one set to, I think I sold 2 sets. One for a guy that's going to actually do a video on these, and I can share that when he gets that done. But that's kind of the story on that as far as I know. So hopefully this one will come out okay. Yeah, I don't know why Can-Am didn't just punch those out. Put a blank plate there. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think, but probably saved like $6 by doing that. Maybe 7. All right. We are going to continue. I really want to get the headlight out first, is what I want. So I'm going to unplug that plug that we just plugged in for show. I don't know if you can see, but some of the stuff probably don't really need to. Okay, but anyway, unplug the accent light. I call them accent lights. I don't know what you guys call them, but they seem like an accent light. I hear them called a lot of things. Yeah, I wish that wasn't there. It would make life easier. Okay, I'm going to try to get this bolt back in here out. That's probably going to be, I don't know, I say that's the worst one, but that's, who knows, it looks bad. All right, 7mm on that one. I think. Okay, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pry this little clip out of here, pull it out. Cable, try to get that cable out of my way. I'm going to try to pry it out without cutting it, but you know, not the end of the world if you cut it. Can-Am is very efficient at putting lots of fasteners in, and lots of different fasteners. I think they like you to use all your tools, not just the, you know, why wear out just one tool when you can wear out all of them. So we got a 7mm here, we got an 8mm here, we've got Torx here, we got, you know, you get to use all your tools. The other headlight bolt looks like it is right down in there. Yeah, down in the corner of that headlight mount. trying to get focused on it, but I'm having trouble. So anyway, you get the idea. It's under that pin that's sticking out. Can't get my fat fingers. Make a screwdriver. So it's right down in there, right under that pin. Okay. All right, we're going to get those two bolts out and get a headlight hanging there. We'll be back. All right, one thing I forgot to say too, I'm underneath with this ratchet. Seems to be working pretty good. These little bushings, they actually look like a washer, but they're a bushing. Right there. There's two of them on each side. Those things are going to fall off and take off on you, so be careful with those on the headlight. Okay, I've got two bolts out of the headlight. Came out pretty easy. Found that it's probably better to go up underneath. Then we just got to get this little adjuster knobby thing. That's your adjustment for up and down on your headlights. So just in case you need to do that. So next project is get these two bolts out right here, and there's one clear down on the end down there, so that we can pull that accent light out. And hopefully it comes out. I think it will. We'll give it a try. All right, you guys, battery's about dead on the camera, but we're going to try to get through this real quick. So what I found, it wants to bind up back in here, these lights. Kind of did on the other one too, but this one's got a little more binding up a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pull this out as far as you dare. You got to get that slit clear off of this pin. There you go. So once that's out, I kind of just tilted it down, pulled it out, just like that. Put the other one in just exactly backwards from that. Not too terrible. We're going to go kind of down. Yeah, that bottle is annoying, that overflow, but oh well. Pull out a little. Sort of like that. Oh, not quite. Don't miss the pin. Hopefully you can see that pin down there. That's kind of the hard part. And you got to go in the top hole. There's kind of a bigger hole on top. There we go. Maybe. Get in there. Tip it back. Oh, here we go. Got that in there. Hopefully you can see that. Pull this out, push that in, and we're in. Okay, bolt down here. I forgot that one. Tell you about that one, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Bolt in there. So, all right. So on the Street Legal kit part of it, this is what the plugs look like. What you get. Hoping everybody can see that. So, well, you know what? We'll plug them in when we get the headlight in. Basically, this plug down here is just going to plug in. We'll do it right now. The old plug it in right there. Right here's your little yellow cable for your Street Legal. I just got to. Oh yeah, we had to pull that one out. We had to pull it out. So for your right light, that one will just plug in right there. Like I said, check those pins. Make sure those pins look okay, and just plug it in. So yeah, basically, when I put the headlight on, I had to kind of slip this plug kind of through, so probably better off waiting on that. I did kind of temporary this one in. I'm going to tie that up there with a zip tie. let's give it a try first and see what we got. Let's see if we should be done, I think, except for, you know, everything else we got to do. Okay, we got a horn button lit up. That's always a good thing. That tells you if there's power on the whole system, if you're wondering. So we don't have our horn hooked up, but let's get that real quick, just so we know. Probably sound terrible, but that's okay until it's mounted. Okay, horn works. Let's try. Okay, our driving lights are working. Oh, our driving lights are not working. Hey, this one's not working. Okay, we're gonna figure that one out. That's not good. We'll look into that real quick. Hang on. Okay, I think we figured out our problem. Kind of a problem I've had with some of these lights. I believe what happens. Okay, we're working now. But I'll show you on this one. You can see it better. If you ever have problems, whoever crimped these little pins in here, I think they crimped them so hard that it actually pinched the wire right off, because you can just grab the wire and yank it out. So anyway, if you have that problem, you can either send them this little cable back, or just give me a call and I'll send you a new one, or you know, whatever you want to do. So anyway, we got it. Not a big deal. All right, we're going to try our left one. I love the way it flows a little bit. Okay, rear's good. Looks like we've got a license plate light working down there. Well, that's our hazards. Everything seems to be blinking back there. Hazards off. Brakes. The way I do is I just look back into my garage door there, hit the brakes, and I don't know. Both sides look like they're working. You're going to strobe 3 times and then go steady. Okay, so I need to check these reverse. Put in R, because this machine's the only one that, yep, both reverse lights are working. So awesome. I think we've got a street legal kit done here. We're going to turn it on the left and let it time out. Now, one thing is, these go 20 seconds or 30. Some of the older ones did 30, but we knocked it down to 20.